Espresso. Espresso is the foundation of most modern coffee drinks. It began in Italy in the early 1900s when cafes started using steam-powered machines to brew coffee quickly. A small amount of hot water is forced through finely ground coffee beans under high pressure, creating a rich and concentrated shot with a layer of golden foam, called crema, on top. Even though the serving is small, the flavor is deep, bold, and intense. Almost every cafe menu is built around espresso because it can be enjoyed alone or mixed into many other drinks. Americano. The Americano is simply espresso mixed with hot water, but its history is tied to World War II. American soldiers stationed in Italy found traditional espresso too strong, so they diluted it to resemble the coffee they were used to drinking back home. The result is smoother and lighter than straight espresso while still keeping much of the same flavor. It became popular because it offers the richness of espresso without the heaviness. Latte. A latte combines espresso with a large amount of steamed milk and a thin layer of foam. The name comes from the Italian phrase caffè latte, which means coffee with milk. Compared to stronger coffee drinks, a latte feels soft, creamy, and easy to drink. The milk reduces bitterness and allows flavored syrups like vanilla or caramel to blend smoothly. It became especially popular in modern coffee culture because it appeals to both experienced coffee drinkers and beginners. Cappuccino. Cappuccino is made with equal parts espresso, steamed milk, and milk foam. It was named after the Capuchin monks of Italy because the drink's color resembled the robes they wore. What makes cappuccino different is the thick foam layer on top, which creates a lighter texture and stronger coffee taste compared to a latte. Traditionally, it was considered a morning drink in Italy, though it is now enjoyed worldwide at any time of day. Flat white. The flat white was developed in Australia and New Zealand, and both countries still debate who created it first. It uses espresso with steamed milk, but the milk texture is smoother and thinner than a latte, with very little foam. Because there's less milk overall, the coffee flavor remains stronger and more noticeable. The drink became internationally popular when cafes began focusing more on espresso quality and milk texture. Macchiato. Macchiato means stained or marked in Italian. Traditionally, it is an espresso shot marked with just a small amount of milk foam. Baristas originally made it so servers could easily tell which drinks contained milk. The result is much stronger than a latte or cappuccino because the milk only slightly softens the espresso. In recent years, some coffee chains created sweeter and larger versions, but the original macchiato remains simple and intense. Mocha. Mocha combines espresso, milk, and chocolate. The name comes from the port city of Mocha in Yemen, a place once famous for coffee trading. The drink blends the bitterness of coffee with the sweetness of cocoa, creating something that feels halfway between coffee and dessert. Because chocolate naturally pairs well with roasted coffee flavors, Mocha became one of the most widely loved flavored coffee drinks in cafes around the world. Cortado. The Cortado comes from Spain and is made by mixing espresso with an equal amount of warm milk. The name means cut, referring to how the milk cuts through the acidity of the espresso. Unlike milkier drinks, a Cortado keeps the coffee flavor front and center while making it smoother and easier to sip. It is usually served in a small glass, giving it a simple and traditional appearance. Irish coffee. Irish coffee mixes hot coffee with Irish whiskey, sugar, and lightly whipped cream. It was first created in Ireland during the 1940s to warm airline passengers arriving on cold nights. The cream floats on top, while the hot coffee remains underneath, creating layers of flavor and temperature in every sip. It became famous internationally because it combines the comfort of coffee with the warmth of alcohol in a balanced way. Cold brew. Cold brew is made by soaking coffee grounds in cold water for many hours, often overnight. Unlike iced coffee, which is brewed hot and then cooled down, cold brew never uses heat during extraction. This process creates a smoother and less acidic taste with a naturally sweet flavor. It became extremely popular in recent years because it stays refreshing, strong, and easy to drink, especially in warm climates. Iced coffee. Iced coffee is regular brewed coffee, served over ice. While the idea is simple, different regions develop their own styles over time. Some versions are sweetened heavily, while others include milk or flavored syrups. Because the coffee is brewed hot first, iced coffee usually has a brighter and sharper flavor than cold brew. It became a cafe staple as coffee culture expanded into warmer seasons and countries with hotter weather. Turkish coffee. Turkish coffee is one of the oldest brewing methods still widely used today. Very finely ground coffee is simmered slowly in a small pot called a sezv, often with sugar already added. The coffee is served unfiltered, leaving thick grounds at the bottom of the cup. Its texture is rich and heavy, and the preparation is deeply tied to hospitality and tradition across Turkey and parts of the Middle East and Eastern Europe. In many homes, serving Turkish coffee is considered a sign of welcome and respect. French press coffee. French press coffee is made by steeping coarse coffee grounds in hot water before pressing them down with a metal filter. The method became popular in Europe because it was simple and required no paper filters or machines. Since the oils and fine particles remain in the drink, the flavor feels fuller and heavier compared to drip coffee. Many people prefer it because it brings out deep and earthy notes in the beans. Drip coffee. Drip coffee is one of the most common coffee styles in homes and offices, especially in North America. Hot water slowly passes through ground coffee and a filter before dripping into a pot below. The result is clean, balanced, and easy to make in large amounts. Although it may seem ordinary compared to espresso drinks, drip coffee shaped modern coffee habits because it made daily coffee drinking simple and accessible for millions of people. Affogato. Affogato is a dessert-like coffee drink made by pouring a hot shot of espresso over cold vanilla ice cream or gelato. The word means drowned in Italian because the ice cream becomes covered by the coffee. The contrast between hot and cold creates a rich texture that changes as the ice cream melts. It is often served after meals because it combines the boldness of coffee with the sweetness of dessert in a very small serving.